I'm Henry Ramos, and this is the news in San Antonio. Investigators are looking into an attempted kidnapping in the area of Schertz. Police are looking for this man. They say he tried to kidnap a child in the parking lot of a restaurant. Meredith Haas reports.
Staff who confronted the man in the parking lot of this restaurant said he seemed a little out of it. On top of that, it seemed as though he couldn't understand them.
Take a look at the corner of this security footage. A man dressed in all black can be seen in the parking lot of SAT Asian Seafood off 950 FM 78 in Schertz. Police say that man opened a car door, reached for a child inside, until someone stepped in and called 911. After the altercation, a manager says the people involved called the restaurant to warn them and call police.
A guy, walking around doing inappropriate things, around the building, disgusting things, actually. It's quite disturbing.
Assistant Manager Gary Cabrera says workers who came out to help noticed the man urinating outside. They say he seemed belligerent.
Person that was just out of sorts, I guess, maybe under the influence.
Once they were made aware, security footage shows workers continuing to try and get the man out of the parking lot. After a while, he left to another lot across the street. Then just before police showed, he left, walking down Pecan Grove.
It's really shocking, actually, for the area and the community. We've always been a family restaurant, and it's just really disturbing and unfortunate.
Cabrera and his colleagues see their place as a safe space to invite community and eat.
Business as usual. We're keeping a closer eye. There's a whole world outside too we got to maintain. So
Schertz PD continues to search for this man, and as they do so, they're speaking with the district attorney to figure out what charges could be brought. And if you have any information, they are asking that you contact police immediately. Reporting in Schertz, Meredith Haas, KENS 5.
Text messages show Kerrville leaders were scrambling to get organized as the river suddenly rose on July 4th. The communication started just an hour before the river rose more than 30 feet. Reporter Andrew Moore has been digging through those messages, and here's what he found.
The first text we see on July 4th comes in at 5:45 a.m. when the river is already rising in Kerrville. City Manager Dalton Rice has realized a wall of water has already torn through Hunt, and Kerrville is next. Rice tells the City Council there is major flooding on Highway 39 and there are boat teams coming in. Rice is trying to mobilize and says he is preparing the Emergency Operations Center, but some council members are still thinking about the July 4th celebration. Oh man, all that stuff set up yesterday, says one member. I didn't realize we had that much rain, another council member says. Rice contacts other city leaders at 6:15 a.m. He tells them they have a command post at the police department and says the park is underwater. He tells city leaders to notify your on-call emergency teams and stand by. Still, at this point, the Guadalupe River has already risen 25 feet, and it was going to be at 34 feet by 6:45 a.m. The texts show city leaders sharing pictures and just now trying to evacuate people. They also try to set up a Zoom call at 7 a.m. to further organize, but by that point, the wall of water is already tearing through the area. The text did not show direct communication with Kerr County, though we did find one text from City Manager Dalton Rice to the council that said the county is reacting poorly to this, but we are assisting, especially since we have unconfirmed reports of kids missing from Camp Mystic and some resorts out west.
We also requested text from Kerr County officials showing what happened on their end that morning, but you can bet that county leaders may be answering directly to lawmakers at a committee hearing happening on Thursday. Now to an update in Kendall County. The county judge says search crews have completed their primary and secondary searches in the recovery missions along the Guadalupe River. He also gave an update on the victims recovered within the county.
To date, 9 missing victims from upstream communities have been recovered within Kendall County. At this time, we have no indication that the 2 remaining missing individuals are located within Kendall County. Therefore, we have received authorization from the Texas Division of Emergency Management, TDEM, to move forward with the cleanup and remediation efforts within our community.
The county judge says cleanups are estimated to last 8 to 10 weeks. A call center has been established dedicated to the debris removal process. A San Antonio student has been described as a sweet soul with a big heart, and her time volunteering in the community has also helped her discover her calling. Audrey Castoreno introduces us to Joselyn Gomez.
Joselyn Gomez, volunteering started out like it does for most kids, a requirement for school.
I would volunteer at the food bank, at the library, and then it was the summer after freshman year, I started looking at places to volunteer. I wanted to do something during the summer.
That's when she discovered Children's Association for Maximum Potential, or CAMP, out in Kerrville.
People with disabilities aren't really accepted everywhere, so I thought it was cool. Like, they just have the most fun there, and they can do anything they wanted to. They can canoe, they can fish, they can do art, like anything they wanted.
And when Joselyn's dad, Joseph, started losing his sight as a result of his diabetes taking a turn for the worse, Joselyn knew how to step in to help.
So she has to guide me, and it's, to her, maybe simply leading me. But without her, I may fall. I've hit a wall, I've gotten a black eye. You know, it completely blacks out when I walk into a house. Joselyn did, help quite a bit. Mom helped quite a bit, and I'm very thankful for that.
All of her experiences creating a soft spot in her heart for those who may need a little more help in life.
I think seeing just so many different people at camp, like, it definitely inspired me to want to also help them in the future.
Joselyn now planning to attend Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles this fall, majoring in special education.
It just really shows the type of person that she is and what she's going to develop to be. I'm very happy to see her develop that part of her.
Because she's been so instrumental to other people. She doesn't see it at the level me and Mom see it at, but it's a lot. And I'm just proud of how she took it on and how she loves what she does to help give back to the community.
Putting passion back into her community is what makes Joselyn Gomez a kid who makes San Antonio great. Audrey Castoreno, KENS 5.
And that is the news in San Antonio.